What's up guys, Dirk here from Intelligent Cryptocurrency. Welcome to the 1st of February. It means the first month of the year, January, has already completely officially passed, and it means we can finally have a look at how these monthly candles closed and to see if it can tell us anything about the direction going forward for this month of February and possibly the multiple months ahead. So we're going to dive into the charts in a second. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dirk. Please subscribe, click the notification bell if you want to continue to get updates of no BS crypto content, no hype, no shilling. And if you want to get email updates or alerts whenever I publish a new video, just simply click on the first link in the description below. Sign up to my free crypto masterclass. When you do that, you also get on the email list and you will get an email every time I publish a YouTube video. You'll also be able to obviously watch the free masterclass. You'll get access to the top 3 coins that I'm personally betting on in 2021. And of course, you'll also get the details how to join my intelligent cryptocurrency community if you're interested in that. So first link in the description below. Let's dive into the charts and have a look and see if we can see anything over here. So this is the monthly chart of Bitcoin. And as you can see, it's interesting, right? First of all, the obvious thing we can notice is that in 2 months, we went from 20K to 40K. Okay, it took almost 3 years, right? From December 2017 to almost December 2020, almost 3 years exactly to get back to the all-time high. And then in 2 months, it doubled the all-time high. And that is how quickly things tend to move. So what we're seeing here also, and this is something that might be a little bit concerning, but again, it might not be. So what we're seeing, if you look at this monthly candle, how it closed, there are similarities to how this candle closed, the peak of 2017, and how the peak of 2019 looked, right? We had a multiple candle run up to that, multiple candle run up, and then you know what happened the last 2 times. Now, the question is this candle going to be the same as this, and have we topped out or not? And the answer to that, obviously, we will only always know in hindsight. Now, what I do think is a possibility, and like I said in yesterday's video, if you haven't watched that yet, I will link to it up here. The cycles play a very important part. We are only 9 months into this current cycle after the past halving. The 2013 cycle was 12 months and the 2017 cycle was 18 months. So based on those cycles, it would be very unusual for the cryptocurrency bull run at this point to actually already have peaked. Now that doesn't mean there can't be any pullbacks or corrections or anything of the sort, but basically the probabilities based on the previous cycles that we have peaked, basically I think there's more time to go, right? And I explained that yesterday in detail, so go and watch that video if you haven't watched that just yet. So I do suspect this candle could go all the way back up and we could see 42K, maybe even higher in February. I think that is a very decent possibility. Now, what we will have to watch out for is to be able to get confirmation that this might indeed be a top. We'll have to see how this monthly candle is going to behave and how it is going to close at the end of February. If we are going to get what we saw over here, so the next month after this candle, we get a run up, but a slightly lower high and then a pullback down. If we get that and we see that at the end of February, then the picture might temporarily change and we might get a longer correction or pullback. But until that time, until that monthly candle is finished at the end of February, we can't make that assumption just yet. And we have to see how this month is going to play out, how this candle is going to look. You see the same thing over here. We had a slightly lower high and then a pullback. So if we get a pattern like that at the end of this month, then in next month's update, when we look at the monthly candle again, then we can assess that. But for now, I think there is still a good probability that this is just going to go higher, and it could potentially even set new highs this month and new highs relative to last month. So basically go higher than the $42,000 in February, but we could also get a bit of a range month. So basically where it does nothing, it stays kind of within here, and then the altcoins get the attention. And we'll see why that could be the case when we look at the Ethereum chart in a second. So basically Bitcoin is not very telling. I do think there is a probability that it does go higher and we could even see, above 42K, and then we have to reassess at the end of the month how this month's candle is going to close. But the Ethereum on the monthly looks very, very interesting, right? So that paints a completely different picture. As you can see over here, we had the biggest monthly candle in the history of Ethereum in terms of price. You can see how huge that is. There's nothing else like it. So that was the biggest one, and that was actually also the highest monthly close for Ethereum ever. So even though we had the spike in 2018, January of 2018, where we spiked a lot higher, right? We went to about $1,400. The highest close we ever had was over here at this level, about $1,100, right? So right now we closed, let's see over here, we closed at $1,314, right? $1,314. It's the highest monthly close ever for Ethereum. And this is looking very, very bullish in my opinion. So I have a theory that Ethereum might be lagging Bitcoin by 2 months. So looking back at the Bitcoin chart, you can see we did something very similar 2 months ago, right? We had a really big green candle, might actually be the biggest candle ever in terms of a close. This one might have been longer, but in terms of open to close, might actually be the biggest one. Same like Ethereum, and we closed right at that all-time high of 2017, and the 2 months that followed, we doubled the all-time high. Now, if we're looking at Ethereum, you can see a similar pattern. Huge monthly candle last month, closed at almost the previous all-time high. So if that theory is correct, that we're lagging, we'll see in this next 2 months. Obviously, we'll know then in hindsight. But if that theory is correct, we could double the Ethereum previous all-time high by the end of March this year, which means that we could be seeing as much as $2,800 per Ethereum by the end of March this year, which means we could get an enormous move up this month and next month in Ethereum. And that's looking at the technicals and that theory, but also based on how things are aligning based on the cycle. Like I said, we're 9 months into the cycle. Things are starting to heat up. Record signups on exchanges, new users. Bitcoin is expensive, okay? People are going to start looking at Ethereum and altcoins for new money to flow in. A lot of people are not going to spend $34,000 on a Bitcoin. Like I said, even you can buy part of a Bitcoin, it still seems very expensive, whereas Ethereum is only $1,300 right now, and altcoins are even cheaper, right? So new money and newbies and people just entering the space right now, probably going to put money in Ethereum and altcoins, which means that this theory technically, and you know what I'm saying here, the next 2 months we could see a huge boom, could actually end up playing out. So obviously not financial advice, guys. This is just my theory. I don't have a crystal ball. Otherwise, I would be a multi-billionaire, which would be pretty nice. But it's based on probabilities and basically patterns and cycles repeat over and over and over again. So just taking that past data, you can make these kind of guesstimates on what you think is going to happen, and you can position yourself accordingly to that. Obviously, you always want to manage your own risk. You never want to invest more than you can afford to lose, because you can't go all in on a single position, because you are wrong. I am wrong. Everyone is wrong. Even hedge fund managers are wrong. Some of the smartest people in the world are sometimes wrong on trades. That is why you have to manage your risk in case you are wrong, that you don't lose everything. You take calculated bets. You take asymmetric bets where, you know, the downside is what you put in, but the upside is maybe 10x or 20x or 50x or 100x, so that even if you're only right 50% of the time, you still win massively. Even if you're wrong more than you're right with asymmetric bets, you still win more than you lose and you come out ahead, right? So always, always, always manage your risk. I'm not going to run through too many of the altcoins because a lot of them do actually have similar charts, but looking at, for example, ICX, how that monthly closed, I think this is a very bullish looking chart right here. We've got this kind of build up over here, this rounding bottom, and I think this month we should end up finally going above $1, hopefully more in the next 2-3 months. It's entirely possible, you know, that we could be trading at this $182 range, hopefully also before the end of March. If this bull run continues, I think that could absolutely be the case. So it's going to be exciting. For me, the charts are looking like it is completely possible that altcoins, Ethereum and altcoins, are going to get a huge run in the next couple months. And it's also looking, like I said, that Bitcoin could potentially go back above that $42,000. So based on the monthly charts, I think things are still looking good. I'm not seeing many warning signs or danger signs. Obviously, it's all about probabilities. We could get a crash or a pullback at any point, but I think it's more likely, based on how the charts are looking, that we continue higher for the next month or two. So I am looking forward to how things are going to be looking on March the 1st and being able to see how we develop with the next monthly candle and kind of reassess how this month's prediction kind of went. So hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. Smash the like button, turn it blue, leave a comment below if you have any questions. What do you think Bitcoin's going to do? Are we going to continue higher? Are we going to crash? Are we going to stall? What do you think is going to happen? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button, click the notification bell. And if you do want email alerts whenever I publish a new YouTube video, go click that first link in the description, sign up for my crypto masterclass. You'll get on the email list, and you will also get email notifications whenever I do upload a new video, if that's your preferred way to stay updated. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.